Decades ago, audio engineers at the BBC's television centre often rewired mixing desks so that pushing a fader up lowered the volume and pulling it down made things louder. Why? Decades ago, audio engineers at BBC's television centre often rewired mixing desks so that pushing a fader up lowered the volume and pulling it down made things louder. Why?
For the non-tech person on the call, is that opposite to normal? It feels like it should be.
Yeah, usually you would pull the fader towards you and down to lower the volume. And like moving it up, as it were, like away from you, it would make it higher. So
Thing up equals volume up, thing down equals volume down is the usual way things like that are done.
Just checking in case there was something that I was missing entirely.
does this have anything to do with the broom cupboard, Matt? I'm gonna need to explain the broom cupboard, aren't I?
Please do. I'd like to hear how you explain it.
Okay. So British television used to have in-vision continuity announcers between programmes. So a programme would end and someone would appear on screen saying, this is what's next, this is what's coming up, and then they go to the next show. That sort of fell out of fashion, but it stayed around for children's TV programming. There would be a host between the programmes. And what was originally just a tiny little studio that they did this announcement from became known as the broom cupboard, and kids would send in their drawings and it would get pinned up there. And it was basically a Twitch stream like 30, 40 years earlier, because you've just got this friendly person who's reacting to the stuff that's going to be that's on screen. Like, they're not envisioned during the program. Anyway, point being, here's why I think this, Matt. If you, like the early days, they would have had both an engineer and an announcer in the studio. And the mixing desk would have been between them. So when they went to having one person doing that, could they, like, it was either rotate the entire desk so the presenter runs their own microphone, or rewire just the fader they're going to use? Is it for the presenter being on the other side?
No.
Oh. Well, that was
nice.
a minute and a half of diversion about the broom cupboard nobody needed. Carry on.
It wasn't done for any broadcast quality or sound engineering reason directly.
Was it just for pranks, Matt? Was it just that sound engineers are really fun jokesters and they were like, tee-hee-hee, it's April the 1st.
We're going to blow out every speaker in this building. Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it was almost the opposite, because it helped avoid embarrassing moments on air.
Is it because it's easier to push, like in a panic, if someone's doing something or saying something and they should be muted or whatever, that it's easier to like, okay, let me just slam it, like slide it to mute them?
Oh, no, I can. I mean, Matt may say that's right now, but my thought on that would be immediately, oh, hell no, you learn very quickly what that feels like. I have accidentally hit, back when I was doing university radio, like accidentally hit a track, realised that there was a swear word coming up that I've forgotten about, and suddenly gone, well, no, grab, like you grab instinctively.
Rowan, you're getting close, actually.
Oh, okay.
And modern studios don't usually do this anymore.
Huh.
I've got a background in radio, and one of my tasks is training people how to use studios, and training someone who's been away for a while or not done their own technology for a while, who has used what I would call the back to front way of doing things, takes quite a lot of practice to get that as their muscle memory again.
Huh.
Was this unique to the BBC, or is this something that was done in multiple networks? Were they doing it just...
It's known for being a BBC thing, yeah.
Okay.
Mm. Yeah, because I was kind of wondering if it was a time at which the BBC was, the people who would be controlling the fader were people who were maybe more used to using commercial type like ways of listening to audio, and that it was the opposite way around. But I guess if it was specifically the BBC, that wouldn't necessarily make sense.
It is partly about protecting the expensive equipment.
Huh.
If you go back, Rowan, to what you were thinking of earlier, of something that might happen in a studio, maybe.
Knocking over a mug of tea into the fader.
The BBC training materials did mention health and safety.
Oh, because the BBC Cymru studios, they deliberately put the cup holders underneath. They're in a separate space for that reason. Look who went on the tour.
In my career, I have lost count of the number of mugs of tea that I have cleaned out of the desk. In this case, this isn't the answer that we're looking for, but it is studio accidents category.
Huh.
Is it falling on it and accidentally hitting that one particular fader up?
Yeah.
You're nodding.
In short, yes. It was designed in this way so then that any accidents would reduce the sound levels to 0.
Huh.
You can tell the accident-prone person.
Oh, yeah, because I'm 100% Grace here.
Some decades ago, the BBC's old TV studios deliberately reversed their mixer faders, so then pushing them upward reduced the volume. The idea was that if an engineer slipped, fainted, sat on the desk, or accidentally caught a sleeve on the controls, the volume would be lowered. And this was a fail-safe design to help prevent feedback, blown speakers, and accidental on-air noise. The practice died out as studio layouts improved, and also 1970s-style shirt cuffs became a thing of the past. So I've heard this several times from people that have been in the industry ages. People getting their sleeves caught on a fader was very common because people used to turn up to work wearing shirts. And you can catch it under a fader very easily. These days, you don't really get that.
Because everything's compressed to the same volume anyway.
Yeah.
The Lateral book is out now. Just click on the link to get your copy.